Computer. It's recording. Thanks, Pat.
Well, I'd like to, for all of us, to put our awareness into inviting all of the wonderful guides, spiritual guides, healing guides, angelic beings, any galactic beings, universal consciousness that we're all a part of, to hook into, to help protect us, keep us safe here in this space, so that only what is for our highest good, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, will come in for us. And all of your individual guides that are also watching and take care of you, we invite them in to also be here in this sacred space. And that our intention is to communicate together, to commune, to hook into, and to be aware of that wonderful universal consciousness that we're all a part of.
Well, thank you. Did you feel the shift? It was able to set a more powerful space. I'm going to roughly go over what we're going to do. We're going to sort of update you guys since it was December, since we last connected, and just sort of let you know what's been happening since then. And then I spent almost all day yesterday creating a beautiful PowerPoint for everybody. I hope you like it, about what is the Egyptian connection to Green Valley, what's going on about that. And then I'm going to do a guided meditation where we're going to connect with the Egyptian altar that we set up in my home, and we have already activated, and going to let everybody experience that connection to that Egyptian altar. And then we'll explain about an offering to see if people are interested in being, what was that, Steve? What was that? I saw something. What is that? Oh, is that an Egyptian? Pharaoh. Cute. And then we're going to explain sort of a future idea if people want to think about that. So with that, let's see. Well, I'll start and say that we've been getting together, and the watchers, we're connecting with them again, and it's really going to a much higher level. And the watchers are these galactic beings of light, that their job is to oversee the consciousness evolvement of universes, of planets, galaxies. I mean, they're way up there. And so they're very, very strong energies. And we're finding how our job is in relation to them is to help the planet, basically in the ascension and the consciousness raising that we have, we're all waiting for. And so with that, some of our experiences also have been to activate other portal areas. And Wanda's been part of that to help figure out which areas. And we're starting to open up like various galactic connection-based grid points around the planet. And everything is taking a life of its own. Galactic beings, we're going to say the term galactic beings instead of ETs or extraterrestrials, because ETs got that weird connotation of this little green man that's like big bug eyes. And the ones we're finding are so sweet and benevolent and loving, and they look more humanoid. They don't look like like that little green ET bug eye. So, which is nice. And so, we feel very comfortable with them. And so that's what we're calling everything the galactics. And just some of the adventures of what has happened is we felt that beginning after January 1st was very important, and especially January 3rd. And it wound up, there was a huge activation then for the planet, and all these activations are happening. And if you've probably been on many other websites on the internet, there's a lot going on right now. You know, if you don't listen to mainstream news, which is all negative and a downer, that, you know, people around the planet are really recognizing this new energy coming in, and it's very powerful. And it's like, wow, we're into, you know, before they kept waiting and waiting. Oh, when is the, what is it? This big opening or thing they kept waiting for. And it's like, when is 5D going to happen? And it's like I was telling people in 2020, and especially in July onward, it's happening now. We are all in this higher ascension energies. And so we have an opportunity to energetically tap in and awaken our highest divine self. And that's what's so powerful of having this opportunity. So, so Pat, do you want to share on this of what we've been doing?
You mean how we've been doing it?
Yeah, or just, you know, some of the, what you've been noticing, how the progression of this acceleration of this work.
Well, I noticed that we started with one portal. Now we're with another one too. And the Egyptian portal has been very, very strongly activated. And things that occur are that we're having much more connection, and is increasing our ability to connect and to see what's happening, and to bring in a lot of different awareness of guides and galactic beings and shamanic beings. It's very interesting. And the messages that we're, you know, continuing to get very strongly, like Gaia appears sometimes, is to, again, to care for the planet, and energetically as well as physically. So it's just continuing to expand. And we wanted to bring in more people to also have a chance, like some of you folks might want to join in. And it's interesting how the connection, like when we do the work, it's like, it's interesting how we often see similar things. We'll often have similar messages. And each one of us is finding a role that we play in the whole process that's pretty consistent. So that's really cool. So that's about all I can say, that other than very specific, but I think it's something that for people to experience.
Okay. Wanda, do you have anything that you want to share about when you participated?
Yes. When these beings of light come in, they are very grateful, very grateful. They've been working at this for eons, and we're at the point in humanity now that we're acceptable of it, and we're willing to work with it and not use it as just some sort of a, you know, a way to pass time. We're interested, and we're serious about opening these portals, and we'll see more of them. Everyone will, and it's progressing fast. So it's just, if I would have been told I was going through this a year ago, it's like, well, okay. It's just unbelievable, but it's humbling and very rewarding, knowing that we're helping humanity, plus we're helping the galactics too.
Yeah, and the galactics, they're so strongly, what'd you say, asking for our help to be like the star families return, where, you know, we recognize that we're all one. And because what we experience here and what we do for the planet's vibration is affecting them. And that's why they're saying, hey, like humans, wake up, step up to your potential. You know, let's be together in this new light and this new energy. And there's been many realms that have been coming through. in the Green Valley area, local ancient shamanic elders have came through, nature spirits, like I say ETs, Galactic Federation, from many areas, the Watchers. I had a brand new ascended master come through, which I'd never connected with them before, and that happened a few days ago. So it's like this, all this new stuff is coming through. And even last time when we was with the Egyptian portal, the Isis and Palladian came right into the room, and it was like, wow, like the veils are getting so thin. It's just amazing. So what I'd like to do now is in the description is talk about the Egyptian connection to this Green Valley, Tucson area. And so, like, see, I created a PowerPoint. Let me go to that. Let's see. Why doesn't everybody mute themselves while I go through this? Except Pat, she can keep on. Just so we take away excess noise. I can help you on that. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okie dokie. So go to. Okay. This is, and I entitled it Galactic Ascension Earth Healing. And this is going to be on the website. I have to re-record the words, but it's going to be basically the PowerPoint, and it's going to be on the YouTube channel under Consciousness Awakening, and also the playlist of Galactic Earth Healing. So this is the Egyptian connection to the Green Valley area. Okay, and just a little understanding of connecting to, we have an Earth crystalline grid, and there's also a galactic grid, which I hadn't heard about until 2007, when this is a 8-foot angelic Merkaba, what is in Spokane, Washington. Me and a friend, we each have an 8-foot angelic Merkaba, and this is hers. And one day, it was September 2007, that Spirit asked me to get inside of it, because that's where the 0-point field and very high vibration is. And so I got in there, and all of a sudden 7 galactic beings appeared around the perimeter. They were like the Palladians, Syrians, Arcturians, and others. And what they said was that this was being a conduit to, with their assistance, to reactivate Earth to the galactic grid. And they said it's reactivation because the Earth's vibration had gone down and humanity and civilization had sort of lost their way. And now it was being reestablished to this galactic grid. And so I just wanted to show that that is sort of the start of all this, especially for me using this powerful sacred geometry. And then in 2016, I moved to Mesa, Arizona. And in Mesa, over by the zoo, there's a place called Papago Park, and it looks like it's beautiful. I'm sure it's, human made, but the energy of it is just like Egypt. I mean, when I was there, it felt exactly like I was in Egypt, because I was there in 1994. That's where I met, reunited with Thoth again as one of my teachers. And the energy of this Papago Park was like that, just wonderful. And I don't know if you can feel yourself the vibration of this park. It's got the palm trees, it's got the water, and it looks like Egypt, and just the energy vibration is so powerful. So what was important about this is Spirit said that this is an ancient divine primordial blueprint of the earth. And this is important. In a moment, I'll tell you how this is connected to the Green Valley portal area. Okay, and you've probably heard me talking many times about the Tucson-Green Valley Ascension 6 portal spiral. And when I originally Spirit Guidance asked me to create this, they really said that Tucson was destined to be a city of light. And lately that this area, the Tucson-Green Valley area, is being awakened to an ascension portal of light. And so it took me from 2017 to 2018 to create these 6 portal locations. And near the last point that you see on the lower part of the spiral is near Green Valley, and it's the Santa Rita Mountains. And at the base of Santa Rita Mountains and close to Elephant Head, there is a portal there, and they said that is also an ancient divine primordial blueprint of the earth. So it's actually at, say, the base of the Santa Ritas. It's sort of between Elephant Head and the road that goes into the park at the Santa Ritas, but it's closer to Elephant Head, and that's where this other Egyptian portal is. So it's like we've got 2 Egyptian portals that are holding this divine blueprint, and they have been energetically connected in an energy line. And also the activating of the 6 portals was completed in April 22nd, 2018. Numerologically is number 1 of new beginnings. And then after that, 2019, basically, I was just asked to awaken labyrinths in the Tucson-Green Valley area. And the thing about them is they are bringing their own individual energetic offerings to this area. Some are connected to Telos, the beings that are underneath, the Lemurian beings that are underneath Mount Shasta. There's a specific labyrinth for that. There's others that are Jeshua energy, Jesus, just his love, and he is just there. It's amazing. And they're different ones all over these areas, and they have different purposes. And this is the first time I've ever worked with labyrinths like this, of activating them to complement what's going to happen for the Tucson-Green Valley area. And then starting in 2020 and specifically going into 2021, the Watchers and these other galactic beings have saying there's a new mission. I thought the Green Valley, Tucson 6 portal areas were done. That what my job was done. It's like, oh, I'm out of here. It's like, nope, you're not done yet. And they said, now you have to basically anchor in a new galactic ascension portal earth grid or points for the planet, of making this connection between earth and the galactic beings. And so then I started having a lot more ETs, and have seen a city of light start to emerge. And it's like, it's showing that we're not done, and everything has gone to a brand new advanced level of what the guides and the galactics are asking us to do. And interesting, I don't know how many of you have heard of the I Am American map that Lori Toy created in 1989, where she had put on the map of a potential future, but didn't know when that was, that there's only 5 grid points of cities of light, she said, that were in the United States. And the closest one is called Gobean, Gobean. And I looked on the map, and it's at Mount Baldy up by, Pine Top. And from Tucson to Mount Baldy in a straight line, it's only 125 miles. Mount Baldy is northeast of Tucson. And looking at it, it's like, whoa, what is the coincidence maybe that Tucson was destined to be, through her map, really to represent one of the 5 golden cities of light. That's just something to think about. You know, I don't 100% know, haven't heard spiritual guidance on that, but if you look up the I Am America map, you will see that. And it's a pretty interesting revelation about that. So then also this year, I discovered that on the left is the Giza Plateau. And you see the Giza Fibonacci spiral that I found the scientist that discovered this. And, you know, this is a sacred geometry Fibonacci spiral. And then on the right, I turned the Giza spiral upside down and basically compared it to the Tucson-Green Valley area, and look at the similarities. And it's like the Tucson-Green Valley Ascension portal area is a mere reflection of the Giza spiral. Like, wow, how is that for a powerful Egyptian connection? It's like, I was blown away when I discovered that. And it wasn't till this last year that I saw that. I don't have a technical knowledge of how to do it computer-wise, so that's sort of a hand drawing of connecting the 6 portal Tucson-Green Valley area points, but I think it's pretty similar. So give it to you for food for thought of another connection to Egypt. And then also in 2019, that it was interesting, it was the fall or summer, that Kathy here in town had told me about a Phoenix Egyptian. It was they said the world's largest collection of mummies that was going to be at an exhibit in Phoenix. And when she said that, it's like, I just got chills and go, oh my goodness, because I've worked with Thoth when I was a lifetime in ancient Egypt. And since then, Anubis, I'm sorry, Anubis is the embalmer and the leader of how to mummify. And I felt that connection so strong. And, you know, between Anubis and Thoth and the mummification. And then Susan came into our basic people who we go, wow, there's something that we need to do. And we connected with Anubis and Thoth, and it's like, yes, please go to this exhibit. And we went there, and they had all these mummies from around the world, not just Egypt. And it's like, we walk in, and even the first one in the entranceway, and me and Susan looked at it, and we looked at each other and go, that spirit is still in there. And go, yeah. And it's like, oh my goodness. We were sent there to help clear and all the spirits of all the mummies that were there to go to the other side. And it was an amazing experience. The story of that is on my website under the blog, and it talks about the story of us going there. And before we went to the exhibit, we went to Papago Park to re-energize and connect again with the Egyptian energies. So you're starting to see all these little points of interest around Egypt that are presenting themselves. So this was another powerful piece of it. And then it was the 8th, I think, or maybe before that, the week before, we created this Egyptian portal. This is in my living room along with the Watcher's altar. So I got quite a lot of energy. It's hard to sleep. And basically, this is like how to create a portal. We just tune in and use our intuition. And I have all these, you know, crystals, gemstones, and these Egyptian artifacts. And 2 of these are the Egyptian god Thoth, which is the ibis-headed god. And then you see Anubis near the center, the black, like the dog-like being, sort of setting like this phoenix. And then you see the different pyramid configurations. And basically, we just tuned in and asked guidance of how do we arrange this. And I did create a YouTube video under the Consciousness Awakening playlist called How to Create a Spiritual Altar. So it talks more about that. So we connected that, and the energies are so powerful. It was like being back in Egypt and remembering who we were, what happened, and it's just amazing. I think is that the time that was it Osiris came through? We had Isis was not, I mean, the Isis was up on a shelf, but as soon as we opened it, Isis's energy came through really strong. And then if Pat, do you want to share what it felt like with this when we worked with this portal?
Yeah, it was amazing. I don't want to go into all the details of what I experienced, but there was a huge column of light that came up through the middle that said it was Osiris. It was really amazing. And yes, Isis came right down into the room. It was very cool for that. And we each had a wonderful experience with this whole activation. It was very powerful. It was interesting because we each feel where we're supposed to sit. You know, that's another thing that was very interesting about that. But that was the first time when we first activated it. That was the first experience. And of the light was just amazing. But I also went back into a past life as an Egyptian at that time, working with a lot of this energy. So it was like this whole area was just amazing. Well, what can I say? That was it.
Yeah, it was amazing. And afterwards, I was prompted by Spirit to go on Google Earth, and I put in the Tucson-Green Valley area, and I put in the Giza Plateau, the pyramids, and connected them, and then looked on the line, and there were 3 points, and I think I emailed these to you guys. There was Crestone, Colorado, was on this line, the same line that was established when the altar was activated, and the Rosalind Chapel in Scotland, which is very powerful. It's related to the Templars, to Jeshua, to Mary Magdalene. It's one of the largest around that area of ET sightings. So it's a very powerful, very unique chapel. And I was most surprised that it went to the Bosnian pyramids. It's like, wow. And I sent the link about the Bosnian pyramids and how they are the largest and the oldest. They say it's 33,000 years old of what they are. So it's like we've got the energies of these powerful other points on that Egyptian Tucson-Green Valley area line that we are accessing now. And that's why Spirit is having us to connect all these other points, and we're going to be doing more so that we are creating these higher energies for them to come in. And then I also quickly found a Cryon channel from July 2020, where he's talking about the need now for the Earth's current crystalline grid to basically be cleared, to take out the old memories, and to create a new consciousness shift and an upgrade to the crystalline grid, which is also part of our intent of what we're doing. So it's like all these different pieces of the puzzle are just coming through for that. So
Time.
go ahead.
Just be aware of time, Deb.
Oh, yeah, okay. All right, so there's interest in my blog on this has got my channel and the blog on that. So basically that's talking about that. And what I wanted to do now is I'm going to put a picture up of the Egyptian portal, and then lead a guided meditation so everybody can connect into those energies. And then we'll share afterwards, and also then talk about the latest connection we had, and we had Wanda and Susan connect also. So that was a powerful one. So we'll talk about that afterward. We don't. So we will connect and just have an open mind with no preconceived ideas of what you're going to experience. But, you know, just be looking at the picture right now and notice the vibration from it. And when I start the guided meditation, of course, you'll close your eyes, but then just notice what you receive. Notice what any images or how your body may feel, maybe any words of wisdom, maybe even the connection points on the line, perhaps, I don't know. And maybe how it relates to the Tucson-Green Valley area. Just be open to receive what's in your highest divine order to receive. All right, so let's go. So now that you've looked at it, just gently close your eyes. And tuning in to your own inner higher guidance. Perhaps allowing your breath to take you into the deeper, quiet space within. And allowing yourself to feel this understanding of your light body. Perhaps feeling your light body, your energy field that expands outward from your skin perimeter. Matter of feet, maybe it's filling the room. And just breathe through your light body. Activating the connection to Creator above and Mother Earth below. And also connecting your light body to these high divine galactic beings of light. And now remembering what that Egyptian altar looked like with the pyramids, the statues of Thoth, the Anubis, the crystals. And as I'm silent now, just tune in, receive what you need to receive. And as you thank the many spiritual beings that have shared with you through the energies coming through this Egyptian altar, allow yourself to start to come back to waking consciousness, knowing in meditation you can go back to this at any time. And I will be emailing a copy of the picture. Whoever wants that, let me know so that you can really tap into these energies. So coming back fully, connecting with your breath, allowing yourself to be in peace and calmness. Okay, go ahead and unmute yourself if you would like to share what you experienced. I haven't figured out how to unmute everybody, so you'll have to unmute yourself. Wanda?
I'm still bringing myself back. When you put the picture up, it was like Friday, just having all of that energy coming out at me. It's like, wow, it's probably more powerful than it was before.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Do you want to share? We'll come back to you on that. How about Susan? You were there last Friday, so what do you want to say about this one today?
Mm. Yeah, I agree. It was a deeper experience doing the meditation. And what happened initially is that my body just disappeared. And it became in the shape, and this has happened in prior weeks, where it turned into clay and then formed into the shape of a pyramid. And then from there, it just turning into almost like a golden planet and barreling out into the universe to be in galactic consciousness, and just splattering like 100,000 different particles into the galactic field, which feels very benevolent, and they're very open. At the beginning of the Zoom call, I saw hands holding each other, in cooperation, in open expansion, welcoming people into the fold and the realm. And then when looking at the altar for the at the end here, it almost seemed like the one that seems the furthest away was representing a very large pyramid, maybe the Pyramid of Giza. And they're just asking us and inviting us to feel in these other realms, to feel our energies in these other realms. So that was just all coming through.
Thank you.
Very pure.
Anybody else? Pat, your eyes are closed. Oh, there you are. You're still with us?
Partly. I was immediately taken. I went to the plateau, but immediately taken up in this kind of a swirling energy up to a galactic ship, and they didn't want me to stay down there. They wanted me to come up, and this being in white, that glowing white being, is wanting to continue to communicate with me. It's wanting to, so I'm going to kind of sit here and just go with it. Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. That's great. I was focusing on my job, so I didn't really get to travel. That's sort of the bummer parts of this sometimes, having to guide it. But what was interesting, and I'll share from the last time we was together, of the Egyptian altar, like say Isis was very prominent, that she came through, and also a galactic being appeared in the room. Like say the ones we work with are very loving, very benevolent, and very wise. And it was, not just one person seeing it, all of us was able to tune in and witness that. And then unexpectedly, Spirit said that, asked to connect with the other altar, that is the Watcher's altar. And that was amazing, that we went up to a huge mothership, and it was a familiar mothership, and there was a council, and the council was in circular layers around the center, and they were from all different types of galactic beings. The Watchers were there, Pleiadians, all kinds. And basically they said we were one of them. And the energy I felt, and I think the other ladies there felt, was like, it was like coming home. And it was so profound. And they said, we have been waiting for you. They were acknowledging that this time period the Earth is in now is so ripe and ready for this new activation. And they said, thank you for stepping up and volunteering to be the Earth conduit for this. And they said, find your seat. And we all could find our seat and sit down. And it was like, wow, yes, this is where I am from. And I think the other ladies felt that that feeling of home and belonging. And for me, it put in perspective of how, we all are light workers. We all have different jobs, different levels of interacting with humanity and the galactics and spiritual divine being. But we're all sharing and providing these higher energies for us to be able to share with the planet. And so I'm just saying that this is expanding. This is growing. Like every week, it's like blowing my mind. What's, these connections and these galactics, and it's empowering us to, yes, we are what we've been waiting for. We've all heard that saying. It's like, this really rings true now. So I'm putting out an offering that I know we are going to continue connecting with various locations around the Earth to be activated to these Galactic Ascension portals, and as called for. It's not us humans deciding where to go. It's like we're totally listening to intuition and divine galactic guidance for this, and asking who would, if you would like to be part of this, that we can offer something that would look like either the in-between week, between the 2 weeks of the regular metaphysical group, to get together and do like we, did, of coming up with a picture, because we're finding, since time and space don't really exist, if you have a picture, you can go there, you're there, just like in person, and you can put up a picture, and we can, as a collective group, tap in and help awaken and activate these galactic portals for the whole planet. If people, though, don't want to do it through the Zoom, I'm thinking for more people, like say through the timing that they can't make it or something, that I could put out a picture and the verbal intent, and also I can create a guided meditation of attachment to that. And then on our own, on one day, since, sometimes people are working and can't, do it in a certain time frame, that in that one day, we can focus our individual energies on that, and then maybe have an emailing or sharing with each other, or even in the next regular group Zoom call. So does anybody want to give me feedback on that now, or just, if you don't want to now and think about it, you can email me or Pat. But we're going to keep going. I mean, that's what we need to do. So does anybody want to have any comment on this idea?
Claudia here. I think it's an awesome idea. I'm in.
All right, and which should be better for you, the Zoom, or just sending out the picture and everybody on their own tap in, or maybe a combo of both?
I think a combo is cool because not everybody can be on the Zoom,
Right, right. Okay, thank you for the input. We need to
Mhm.
know that. Thanks. Anybody else?
I would
Or if
like,
you don't- Go ahead.
personally, I'd like to see us meeting twice a month. Our metaphysical meetings like this be most of the meeting tapping in, giving more time to even get deeper into the experience, and focusing on that instead of, and then the other times people could be doing it individually. I don't know. Is there much interest in here for other topics? Or people pretty much interested in the experiential part, what we've been doing today? I think that's important.
Claudia again.
Yeah.
Pat, I think I like what you're saying. I think it makes a little more sense because it could get so not involved, but we could, you want to be in all these things and all of a sudden something comes up. So I like your idea of perhaps focusing on it, what you've just suggested, where it's more experiential, and maybe spending more time on these group calls, and then whatever happens outside of it happens outside of it. So
I think the more that we practice doing this as a group, a couple times a month, people will get better at tuning in and more aware of how to just be with the images that pop up and then go into them and, ask questions if they need to, whatever. But I think the more that we do it as a group too, a couple times a month, there's more energy, even on a sense that we're really communicating together. So that's my feelings, but it's what other people think too is fine. That's what we need to know.
Yeah, Steve,
It's Marge.
Marge, sorry.
We're interchangeable. No, no, I kept getting the word enrollment. Come on, Marge, enroll. So I would like to try it. What you're talking about.
Okay.
You won't regret it. You won't regret it one bit.
I think you're right. Thank you.
The message that I was just getting, because I continued to go with the guide, went to the big conference room that, a committee or a council, whatever, I think council, that we had seen before and that Deb described. And the message was similar. I said, well, okay, what can we do to help, And it came through so strong that unity, more of this energy, more of this togetherness of doing this is very powerful. So it kind of goes along with what the enrollment feeling, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks.
Mhm.
And
Yes, Marge?
well, what on the start of the meditation, I was getting the beautiful wooden ship that was in front of the giant Pisa, and that was brought up and erected and came over onto the seas. And over here in this ocean over here, we came to Chaco, or to a giant kiva, Grand Kiva, and there was a beautiful sand painting that was being worked on, And it was a sand painting that was based on the quick image of what we meditated on.
Wow,
Wow.
that's cool. Because there are shamanic beings that are really helping us, really coming in a lot.
Let me ask everybody, could we maybe do it by just raising your hand in the pictures of how many thought that 5-6 minutes was a good time frame?
Which part? The guided?
The meditation itself was I'm trying to think, does the 5 minutes versus 10 minutes, what does people think feel desired? Can you just raise your hands, like for 5 minutes is good?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3. Okay,
Well,
how about 10 minutes?
What was it today, Deb?
It was about 6 minutes.
I need
Okay.
more.
5-6 minutes. Okay, for 10 minutes, we got 3 people,
No,
4
10
people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I could go way longer, but
Oh, me too.
Okay, so maybe at least 10 minutes then. That sounds pretty, okay, that's good to know. We need to know how that works for that. So, well, wonderful. Thank you for each contributing your energies to the new galactic grid that's being created. This is going to affect the whole world, and there are other groups around the planet that are doing this highly evolved stuff also, but it's so awesome to be able to know we have a group here that is contributing.
Elaine has her hand up. Did Elaine want to say something?
No, I just don't know how to do it.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah,
We're off again.
Now I see your blue hand up.
yeah, okay.
That's kind of
Hello.
interesting.
It's a nice thing to use a lot of times. Yeah.
I just wanted to say I've had a very dramatic experience in the King's Chamber and the Great Pyramid. And then I was guided to live in Crestone, Colorado for 17 years. And then Spirit brought me here. So somehow I've gone the
Wow, you had 3 of them.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Jackpot.
Interesting.
That's great.
There's a lot of neat stuff happening here. I mean, it's amazing how many light workers are coming here and communicating. We're getting
it's that synchronicity we've been talking about.
Yeah.
It's all coming together, melding together.
In around October of last year, I was meditating and I had a vision of a mountain behind Elephant Head, and it had a bit of a tear in it, and thousands of violet orbs came flying out in different kinds of directions and speeds and swirling, and it was really beautiful to see. It was unearthed, but it was beautiful.
Wow.
Could that be near the portal at all? When did you see this, last year, Maria?
Yeah, in October.
Okay. Just
But it was, just this last October.
We've been really working on activating those portals even more. Is there a portal you said near at the base of the Santa Ritas? Could that be connected? Because we've seen a ship above there. Deb?
It's the divine light primordial blueprint is at the base of the Santa Ritas, closer to Elephant Head. Yeah, that's a certain portal area. It's different than the number 6 portal area that's on the very top of the Santa Ritas, where they got that tower. That's the very 6 point. So there's actually 2 things that the Santa Ritas are now holding, two different types of portals.
It almost sounds, Maria, like yours was close to that, your experience.
It was near the top, right, Maria?
Maybe just a little bit further down, maybe between the top of the mountain behind Elephant Head and to the top of Elephant Head, sort of like right in the middle between those 2 points.
Okay, great. I mean,
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Sorry about that. This is Claudia. If you're at I-19 in Esperanza exit and you're going due west, so behind the Freeport McMoran mines and whatever peaks are over there, what are those mountains called?
Those mountains are the Serraritas.
Okay, because we had a giant mothership come from there over us a few years ago, and that's I've been thinking about it and trying to figure it out, and that's where it came from. So okay, so that's the Santa Ritas.
Serraritas.
Oh, Cerritas. Okay, I've seen that word. Okay, cool. Thank you.
And the highest peak there is called Keystone Peak. And I just
Okay.
hiked to the peak on that about 3 days ago.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna check that out. Thank you. Appreciate
Nice.
it.
Nice. Okay, everyone, we're running over a bit, so we'll be
Okay.
emailing out. Oh, someone's got their hand up or not? Nope. Okay. We'll be emailing everybody and with the next step, but thank you so much. And we are in the Ascension, and it's so nice. We are connecting and reconnecting with our galactic star family. So blessings to every one of you. Thank you for your input and your energy and your assistance in that. With many blessings of love and light. Till later.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Stop the recording.
Oh, blah, blah, blah.